First off, I start by spraying some water on top of the canvas in order to get the canvas wet, because if the canvas is a bit wet it would be more easy for applying the gesso. And as this was my first time trying gesso, I was actually nervous. I was going through YouTube to see the right way of applying gesso, and it turned out that we can actually apply water on the canvas before applying the gesso, and the idea actually worked. I was actually scared while applying water before the gesso on the canvas, but turned out it was the right decision. Having your canvas a bit wet and then applying the gesso actually helps it in smoothing out the gesso and actually spreading it all over the canvas in a more efficient way without any problem. I applied 2 layers of gesso, and while applying the second layer also I sprayed a bit of water on the first layer, and I applied the second layer the next day after applying the first layer of gesso. I gave 24 hours for the gesso to completely dry out. So on the third day, I was applying the background color with the help of acrylic. I gave 24 hours for the second layer of gesso to dry out as well. And on the third day, before starting, I again sprayed a bit of water on top of the canvas, on top of the second gesso layer. And then I started applying the acrylic color. And also while applying the acrylic color, I used a bit of water. And it actually was very smooth and gave a very buttery texture while spreading it out, and it was really hassle free. Because of applying the water, the canvas was actually very smooth and wet, so it was very easy for me to apply the acrylic across the entire canvas without any problem. actually looks light because of the camera light, but in actual it is very bright. This is me trying texture art for the second time, but it is the first time I'm actually using ceramic paste cones, because the first time I actually made the texture paste by myself using white cement. So it was actually good in proportion the first time when I made the texture paste by myself, but it was a bit liquidy at that time as well, but not this much liquidy kind of. But the thing was, when I started using the cones, as it was my first time using, I thought that it was going to be of right proportion and the paste is going to be pretty thick. It turned out to be really very liquid type at first, but as you reach the middle or the end of the cone, the paste actually gets thick and is of the right proportion, but at the start it's completely water. again gave 24 hours for the texture paste to dry out completely, and then on the next day I started painting the texture paste with the help of acrylic colors and poster colors. At first I started trying with the pastel green acrylic, and then I realized that it was really blending in with the pastel yellow color, and it was really hard to distinguish, and it was really light version of green, so I actually switched to using poster colors. Sorry that it kept on getting dark and dark because it actually started raining heavily outside and it got really dark outside, and I didn't switch on the light because I didn't want it to, because it was literally in the middle of the afternoon when I was doing this, and moreover the background color, which is the pastel yellow, would seem more light if I would have turned on the light while painting at that time, which would have actually made a problem for me and saying whether the color is properly blending in with the color or is visible and easily distinguishable from the color from the background, and that is why I had to keep the light switched off.